So Barry Hearn finally responds to Deontay Wilder, who had a media conference call yesterday. And Barry Hearn is saying he's not going to make any silly deals with Deontay Wilder. And they didn't even sell out in Staples. E-King Fight News, we got more on this. Alright, so Barry Hearn did an interview. And now he's talking. Now he's the one coming out to try and defend Anthony Joshua from basically media backlash and the demand for him to step up and prove he's number one, because he hasn't done it yet. That's just facts, man. He hasn't done it yet. There's not one fight where you could look at, other than the Klitschko fight, where AJ stepped up to really show he's the number one heavyweight in the world. I mean, the Klitschko was that one signature performance he's living off of still to this day. And I'm frankly tired of talking about that shit. Damn near 3 years ago. And he's still living off that win. Like, unbelievable. Right? Meanwhile, he's got every excuse in the book not to fight Deontay Wilder in the U.S. So much so that he didn't want to sell his soul for $50 million. Anyways, let's get into what Barry Hearn had to say. E-King Fight News. You know what it is, man. Alright, so Barry Hearn had this to say. Hearn to Wilder and Fury. He's saying, we run the show. They didn't even sell out. He's hanging off the fact that they didn't exactly sell out, but they did pack the house. They did draw 17,000 plus in the Staples Center, LA, on some very high-priced tickets. I mean, and the pay-per-view, $400K at $75 US a pop. That's guap, man. That's some real guacamole right there. That's cash, man. So I mean that really builds on what Tyson Fury's been saying about these guys and what Deontay Wilder's been saying about these guys, man. They just play these games, and when it comes to making fights, these guys are nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. When it comes to making the best fights in the heavyweight division, it's not Matchroom. It's not Matchroom that does that shit. And this is what Barry Hearn had to say. AJ's first choice is Wilder, because when you're collecting, the belts, he wants to be the unified champion. He'd love to fight Fury as well, but for now, I think Wilder's the one he wants. There are 3 or 4 options at the minute for us. Sooner or later, yeah, you say 3 or 4 options, but is Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury a viable option? A legitimate option? Or do you want to just lowball Dillian White? Or you want to lowball Alexander Usyk? Give him 2 or 3 million, a pat on the back, and say, okay, get in there and take a dive. Okay. Don't actually try and beat Joshua. You know what I mean? Like, that's Matchroom. That is what Matchroom's all about. Go in there and make sure you make AJ look good. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Alright, so, he's saying there's a lot of talk about, trying to make a big fight with one of these guys. The business is about money at the end of the day. It's not totally out of the window for Joshua to fight Fury or Wilder, but they didn't sell out at the Staples Center and the numbers were relatively low. Man, that's pretty predictable. They're hating on successful numbers, highly successful numbers for both the live gate and the pay-per-view. But of course, you know, this guy, Barry Hearn, who's never done a US pay-per-view, he's going to say the numbers were relatively low. Meanwhile, those pay-per-view numbers are equivalent to like 1 million pay-per-view buys in the UK. That 400K is equivalent to that. So Barry Hearn, you can get the fuck out of here, man. You get all the way the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody trying to watch Matchroom Sport over here. Ain't nobody trying to watch that bullshit. Fucking Kell Brook versus who? Michael Zafaro? Who the fuck is Kell Brook fighting? Michael Zafara? Who the fuck is that? Someone's got to explain to me who the fuck that is. Michael Zafara. Never heard of this dude. Another bum of the month for Kell Brook. All right. Oh, what about that fight they tried to make and Kell Brook pulled out with Brandon Cook? Yeah, Brandon Cook got fucking cooked, all right. You're never going to hear about that guy again. For real, man. So when they get to the promised land, that's when they fight Anthony Joshua. So both of them need to stop kidding themselves. We'd love to fight against either of them. It would be a great fight for the fans. AJ wants to be fighting the best, but not on silly terms. Well, it sounds to me like you got to explain what these silly terms are. What are these silly terms? You know? Is a percentage split maybe 50% for Wilder silly? Has AJ drawn a dime in the US? Oh yeah, what? 300K, 400K on Showtime? Poor ratings? You know? I swear, fucking Anthony Joshua did the same fucking ratings as like Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. Like what the, like you really ain't shit then, you know? So that's just what it is. It might have been less as well. It might have been less. So I mean, we all know what it is, man. AJ, you looking for Alexander Usyk? You're looking for you know, cruiserweights and shit. You're looking for Dillian White. Take it easy on you, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. If Dillian White shows up, and if he's 100% and he really wants to take AJ out, I think that's a good fight. But I want to see how he looks against Derek Chisora. And I'm expecting Dillian White to blow that guy out of the water. Dillian White, if he's such an improved fighter, he should come in here and knock Chisora the fuck out. If he can't do that, then he doesn't deserve an AJ fight. He doesn't deserve a fight with anybody. World level. Because any one of these guys would take Chisora out in a couple rounds, man. Even Tyson Fury stopped him. So get the fuck out of here, man. That's for real. So we're going to have to see what these guys bring to the table. You know, fortunately, Dillian White, Derek Chisora, you know, we got our eyes on that fight, December 22nd. That's a half decent scrap. That's a good little war for the heavyweight division. And it is what it is. I mean, that's probably the best fight Matchroom has to close out the year. They really don't got anything else. And that's really the best fight they've had in the past 2 or 3 months, which says a lot. So it is what it is, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Better hit that subscribe button. You already know. E-King Fight News. Keep it 100 at all times, man. Boy, Eddie Hearn, man. It's Barry Hearn. This is the real fucking... It's the real guy that makes the decisions, man. Barry Hearn's just a fucking... I mean, Eddie Hearn's just a... He's a figurehead, man. He's a figurehead, man. See, Eddie Hearn talking about, oh, I'm gonna rush to LA And Barry Hearn's been talking about, we're not in a real rush to make that fight, you know. We're not making any silly deals, is what he's saying. So it's kind of crazy, huh? That's a fact of the matter, though. They really are in no rush to make this fight happen. And this is what you have to say. We call the shots at the end of the day. We have AJ. I'm sorry, but if you go to work and you're not happy, you should probably change your job and look for a better deal. I don't know what that has to do with this fight. You see what I mean? Like, it means we don't do silly deals. We don't listen to people who say you've got to do this. We haven't got to do anything. I have to wake up in the morning and try and stay up until I go to bed at night. Those are the only two things I have to do. So, you know, he's an old man. He really, I mean, he's just trying to make $1 and go to sleep. That's what he's trying to do. So it is what it is. And I mean, shit, Barry Hearn, he's done very well for himself in the UK. You know, Matchroom Sport, they're probably the #1 promoter over there. Thanks to AJ, you know, AJ's been able to captivate that market, that audience, you know, and he's been able to uplift Matchroom Sport and get them massive deals. Like with this DAZN situation that may not last, which really, you know, I'm not sure how long that's gonna last for that whole DAZN situation, man. Are they putting the best fights on DAZN? Not in my eyes. But it is what it is. You know, I don't know what those ratings are. You know, those are numbers that don't get released, right? That's up to Eddie Hearn to try and fix, to have watchable main events, because right now, it's been pretty unwatchable. It's been pretty unwatchable. Apart from Clarissa Shields, who showed up, had a good fight with that girl, Hannah Rankin, you know? Is what it is. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we're out.